Imagine this. A man walks into a high-stakes business negotiation, chest puffed out, voice loud, and a smile that screams, "I've got this." He's confident, at least on the surface. But as the meeting unfolds, his bravado crumbles. His arguments falter, his tone shifts nervously, and by the end, he's left scrambling to save face. What happened? How did his confidence, so bold and visible, fail him when it mattered most? Now contrast that with another man in a similar room. He doesn't shout or boast. Instead, he moves with quiet assurance, his gaze steady, his words measured, but sharp. He listens more than he speaks, but when he does, his voice carries weight. The room bends subtly to his will, not because he demanded it, but because he commanded it. This is dangerous confidence, a rare, magnetic force that isn't about loudness or flashiness, but about control, strategy, and psychological mastery. Most men mistake confidence for volume or bravado. They believe that if they just act louder, bolder, or more aggressive, they'll win respect and influence. But this kind of surface-level confidence is fragile. It's a house built on sand, easily shaken by pressure, criticism, or unexpected challenges. When the stakes rise, it collapses, exposing insecurity and weakness beneath. Dangerous confidence, on the other hand, is a different beast. It's not a feeling you stumble into. It's a skill you cultivate, rooted in understanding power dynamics and human psychology. It's about controlling how others perceive you and how you control yourself. It's the difference between being a loud actor on a stage and the director who quietly pulls the strings. Behind the scenes, in this video, you're going to learn how to develop this rare form of confidence, one that makes you not just respected, but feared and admired. You'll discover why most men fail and how you can avoid their mistakes. If you want to stop being the guy who cracks under pressure and start becoming the man who commands any room, stay with me. Because what you're about to learn will change everything. Most men fall into the same trap when trying to appear confident. They overcompensate. They believe that confidence means never showing doubt, always speaking first, or dominating every conversation. But this is a dangerous illusion. Take Jake, for example, a young professional eager to climb the corporate ladder. At every meeting, Jake would interrupt others, speak loudly, and dismiss opposing views. On the surface, he seemed confident. But behind closed doors, his colleagues saw something else: insecurity masked by arrogance. Over time, Jake's behavior alienated his team, and instead of gaining influence, he became isolated. This is the classic confidence trap. Men confuse arrogance or bravado with true confidence. They wear a mask of certainty to hide their fears. But the mask cracks under pressure. The louder they try to be, the more obvious their insecurity becomes. This false confidence is a double-edged sword. It might get attention initially, but it quickly erodes respect and trust. Psychologists call this false confidence. It's a performance, a defense mechanism that often backfires. When you rely on it, you're constantly on edge, trying to maintain a facade. This emotional strain leads to anxiety, frustration, and eventually burnout. Socially, it signals to others that you're unpredictable or unreliable, which damages your ability to build genuine influence. Contrast this with authentic strategic confidence. This form of confidence isn't about pretending to be fearless or perfect. Instead, it's rooted in self-awareness and control. It's the quiet assurance that comes from knowing your strengths and weaknesses, and from mastering the social and psychological rules that govern power dynamics. Authentic confidence allows you to stay calm under pressure, listen actively, and respond with precision. The emotional cost of false confidence is high. Constant stress, fear of exposure, and a fragile ego. The social cost is even higher. Lost opportunities, damaged relationships, and diminished influence. Men who fail to recognize this often find themselves stuck in a cycle of trying harder but achieving less. Understanding this core problem is the first step. It's why so many men fail to command respect despite their efforts. But there is a way out. A mindset rooted in Machiavellian principles that transforms confidence from a fragile act into a powerful tool. Next, we'll explore how this mindset works and why it's the key to becoming dangerously confident. Niccolò Machiavelli wasn't just a political theorist. He was a master observer of human nature and power. His writings, especially The Prince, reveal a cold, strategic approach to influence that goes far beyond mere bravado or surface-level confidence. For Machiavelli, confidence was never just a feeling. It was a tool, a weapon to be wielded with precision. Understanding his blueprint is essential if you want to develop dangerous confidence that commands respect and controls outcomes. First, Machiavelli emphasized the importance of controlling your image and emotions. He understood that perception is reality in the game of power. A leader who appears calm, composed, and unshakable, even when facing chaos, is far more effective than one who reveals every doubt or fear. Machiavelli himself was a master of this. Despite political exile and personal setbacks, he maintained a reputation for wisdom and control, which kept his influence alive. The lesson? Your emotional state is a performance that shapes how others respond to you. Master it, and you control the narrative. Next is the principle of calculated boldness. Machiavelli famously praised boldness as a key to success, but it's not reckless bravado. It's a deliberate, strategic risk-taking that surprises opponents and seizes opportunities before they vanish. Cesare Borgia, the ruthless Italian prince Machiavelli admired, embodied this perfectly. Borgia's bold moves, whether in battle or politics, were always calculated to maximize impact and minimize exposure. Dangerous confidence means knowing when to strike hard and when to hold back, never acting impulsively, but always with purpose. Closely tied to boldness is the mastery of timing and patience. Machiavelli warned against rushing decisions or showing desperation. True power comes from waiting for the right moment to act, when your move will have the greatest effect. This patience is a form of confidence itself, trusting your strategy and your ability to control the flow of events. It's the difference between a man who charges blindly and one who waits silently, then moves decisively when the time is right. Another cornerstone of Machiavellian confidence is the ability to leverage fear and respect strategically. Machiavelli famously argued that it's better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. But this fear isn't about intimidation through aggression. It's about commanding respect through controlled power. When people sense that you are not to be trifled with, that you hold the cards and can punish or reward, they naturally defer to you. This creates a psychological edge that few others possess. These principles aren't abstract. They were lived and tested by Machiavelli's historical examples. Cesare Borgia's rise and fall, Machiavelli's own political maneuvering in Florence, and countless other stories from Renaissance Italy show how dangerous confidence is a blend of image control, boldness, timing, and psychological dominance. In essence, Machiavelli's blueprint teaches that confidence is not about feeling invincible. It's about being invincible in perception and strategy. It's a mindset that transforms you from a reactive player into a proactive force, shaping your environment rather than being shaped by it. Now that we've uncovered the theory behind dangerous confidence, it's time to translate these ideas into practical psychological tactics you can use every day. These are the tools that will help you embody Machiavellian confidence in real-world situations, making you not just confident, but dangerously so. Dangerous confidence isn't just a mindset. It's a set of behaviors and psychological tactics you can master to project power and control in any situation. These tactics work beneath the surface, influencing how others perceive you and how you control social dynamics. Let's break down the most effective strategies you can start using. Today. First, body language mastery is non-negotiable. Your posture, eye contact, and micro-expressions send powerful signals before you even say a word. Stand tall with your shoulders back and chest slightly forward. This posture signals dominance and self-assurance. Avoid slouching or crossing your arms, which can make you appear defensive or insecure. Eye contact is equally critical. Hold steady, confident eye contact without staring aggressively. This shows you're engaged and unafraid. Micro-expressions, those tiny, involuntary facial movements can betray your true feelings if you're not careful. Practice maintaining a calm, neutral expression, especially in high-pressure moments, to avoid revealing doubt or anxiety. Imagine you're in a negotiation. Instead of rushing to fill silence, you hold your posture, maintain eye contact, and let the other party speak first. This subtle control of body language puts you in a position of power, making them feel the need to justify or explain themselves. Next, controlled breathing and voice modulation are powerful tools to regulate your internal state and influence others. When you feel nervous, your breathing becomes shallow and rapid, which can make your voice shaky or high-pitched. Practice deep, slow breaths to calm your nervous system. Speak with a steady, measured tone, neither too fast nor too slow. Lowering your voice slightly can make you sound more authoritative and confident. For example, a calm, deliberate voice during a heated discussion can disarm opponents and command attention. Another often overlooked tactic is strategic silence and active listening. Dangerous confidence isn't about dominating every conversation. It's about knowing when to speak and when to hold back. Silence creates space for others to reveal more than they intend, giving you valuable information and control. When you listen actively, nodding subtly, maintaining eye contact, you show respect and patience, which paradoxically increases your influence. Picture a social setting where someone tries to bait you into an argument. Instead of reacting immediately, you stay silent, letting the tension build. This silence unsettles them and shifts the power dynamic in your favor. Asterisk. Framing conversations. Asterisk is another key psychological tactic. This means setting the terms of the discussion so that you control the narrative. For example, if someone challenges your idea, instead of defending it directly, you might say, "That's an interesting point, but what if we looked at it from this angle?" This reframes the conversation on your terms, steering it toward your desired outcome. Framing also involves controlling the emotional tone, injecting calm confidence rather than defensiveness or aggression. Finally, using ambiguity and mystery can make you irresistibly intriguing. When you reveal too much about your thoughts or plans, you lose leverage. Instead, keep some things vague or open-ended. This creates curiosity and compels others to pay closer attention to you. For instance, in a social or professional setting, when asked about your next move, a simple, "I'm considering a few options," keeps people guessing and positions you as someone with control and multiple possibilities. These tactics aren't theoretical. They work in real life. Imagine a scenario where you enter a room, stand tall, make calm eye contact, and listen more than you speak. When you do talk, your voice is steady and your words carefully framed. You use silence to unsettle a rival and drop hints rather than full explanations. The result? People naturally gravitate towards you, respect your presence, and hesitate to challenge you. Mastering these psychological tactics is the next step in embodying Machiavellian dangerous confidence. They give you the tools to project power without aggression, influence without force, and command respect without demanding it. Next, We'll explore real-world examples of men who have used these tactics to dominate social and professional environments, proving that dangerous confidence is not just theory. It's a practical, winning strategy. To truly understand dangerous confidence, it helps to see it in action. How men in various arenas embody this rare quality and use it to dominate their environments, without resorting to aggression or empty bravado. These examples reveal the subtle power of Machiavellian confidence and how it translates into real-world success. Take Mark, a CEO of a mid-sized tech company. Mark never raises his voice in meetings, nor does he feel the need to interrupt or dominate conversations. Instead, he listens carefully, nods thoughtfully, and speaks only when he has something valuable to add. His calm demeanor and steady gaze command respect from his team and competitors alike. When a heated debate arises, Mark's voice remains measured and deliberate, cutting through the noise with precision. His confidence isn't loud, it's magnetic. Employees trust his judgment, and rivals hesitate to challenge him because they sense his control over the situation. Mark's secret? He understands that power lies in perception and emotional control, not in volume or aggression. He uses Machiavellian principles by controlling his image, timing his interventions perfectly, and leveraging respect and subtle fear to maintain authority. In the world of social dynamics, consider Alex, a social influencer known for effortlessly controlling group energy. At parties or networking events, Alex rarely dominates conversations with flashy stories or jokes. Instead, he uses strategic silence and active listening to draw people in. When he speaks, his words are carefully framed to steer discussions toward topics that highlight his strengths without appearing boastful. Alex also uses ambiguity to create intrigue. He rarely reveals his full plans or opinions, leaving others curious and eager to engage with him. This mysterious aura makes him the center of attention without him ever trying to be. His confidence is dangerous because it's rooted in psychological mastery, not superficial charm. Then there's David, a seasoned negotiator who wins deals, not by overpowering opponents, but by psychological dominance. David studies his counterparts carefully, reading their body language and emotional cues. He controls his breathing and voice to remain calm, even when negotiations get tense. David uses silence strategically, allowing the other party to fill uncomfortable gaps with concessions or reveals. He frames conversations to keep the focus on his terms, subtly shifting the narrative to his advantage. His dangerous confidence comes from patience and timing. He knows when to push and when to hold back, never rushing or showing desperation. This approach has earned him a reputation as a negotiator who is both respected and feared. What these men have in common is their avoidance of common pitfalls that sabotage confidence. They don't overplay their hand with arrogance or reckless boldness. They don't react emotionally or lose control of the narrative. Instead, they embody Machiavellian principles, controlling their image, mastering timing, and leveraging psychological influence to maintain power. These examples prove that dangerous confidence isn't about being the loudest or most aggressive person in the room. It's about being the most strategic, composed, and psychologically savvy. It's a form of power that commands respect effortlessly and keeps others guessing. Understanding these real-world applications sets the stage for recognizing the mistakes that can undermine your own dangerous confidence. Next, we'll explore the common errors men make and how to avoid them, ensuring your confidence remains unshakable and effective. Even the most promising attempts at dangerous confidence can falter when common pitfalls creep in. Recognizing these errors and knowing how to correct them is crucial to maintain your edge and influence. One of the biggest mistakes is overplaying confidence, which often comes across as arrogance or recklessness. When you try too hard to appear fearless or dominant, you risk alienating others and exposing your insecurity. For example, interrupting others aggressively or dismissing opposing views might seem bold, but it often signals desperation rather than control. The key is to balance assertiveness with respect. Confidence should invite engagement, not shut it down. Another frequent error is ignoring social cues and losing control of the narrative. Dangerous confidence requires constant awareness of the room. Reading body language, tone, and energy. If you miss subtle signs of discomfort or resistance, you risk pushing too hard or appearing tone deaf. This can quickly erode your influence. Instead, practice active observation and adjust your approach accordingly. When you sense tension, slow down, recalibrate, or shift the conversation to regain control. Letting emotions betray you at critical moments is a pitfall that can undo even the most carefully crafted image. Anger, frustration, or impatience leaking through your voice or expressions signals weakness and gives others leverage. Machiavellian confidence demands emotional discipline. Maintain calm even when provoked. Techniques like controlled breathing and mental reframing help you stay composed and project unshakable authority. Finally, failing to adapt and read the room is a subtle but deadly mistake. Dangerous confidence isn't rigid. It's flexible and responsive. Sticking stubbornly to a plan or attitude without considering changing dynamics makes you predictable and vulnerable. The truly confident man is a master of timing and adjustment, knowing when to push forward and when to retreat. To avoid these pitfalls, cultivate a mindset of strategic awareness. Confidence isn't about dominating at all costs. It's about controlling the environment with finesse. Stay humble enough to learn from feedback, patient enough to wait for the right moment, and disciplined enough to manage your emotions. By steering clear of these common errors, you'll keep your dangerous confidence sharp and effective, ready to command respect in any situation. Next, we'll build on this foundation with a daily routine designed to cultivate and sustain your dangerous confidence over time. Developing dangerous confidence isn't a one-time event. It's a daily practice. Like any skill, it requires consistent effort, reflection, and refinement. Here's a practical routine designed to build and sustain that rare, magnetic confidence every day. Start your morning with visualization and power posing. Before you even get out of bed, spend a few minutes imagining yourself moving through your day with calm, unshakable confidence. Picture key moments. Meetings, social interactions, challenges. And see yourself handling them with control and authority. Follow this with a power pose. Stand tall, chest out, shoulders back, and hold this posture for 2 minutes. Research shows this simple act boosts testosterone and lowers cortisol, priming your body and mind for dominance. Next, commit to journaling. Each evening, write down moments where you maintained emotional control or successfully influenced a situation. Reflect on what worked and where you slipped. Tracking your progress helps you identify patterns and reinforces your growth. It also keeps you honest with yourself, preventing the false confidence trap. Incorporate role-playing scenarios into your week. Practice key psychological tactics like framing conversations, using strategic silence, or modulating your voice. With a trusted friend or mentor. These rehearsals build muscle memory, so when real situations arise, your responses are automatic and confident. Add mindfulness and emotional regulation techniques to your routine. Spend 5 to 10 minutes daily on breathing exercises or meditation to strengthen your ability to stay calm under pressure. This trains your nervous system to resist emotional hijacks, a cornerstone of dangerous confidence. Finally, set micro goals. Small, achievable challenges that push you slightly outside your comfort zone. Whether it's initiating a difficult conversation, holding eye contact longer, or staying silent in a heated moment, These incremental wins build momentum and resilience. Over time, they compound into a powerful foundation of authentic confidence. Consistency is key. Dangerous confidence isn't built overnight. It's forged through daily practice and honest reflection. Commit to this routine, and you'll notice a shift, not just in how others perceive you, but in how you perceive yourself. With this routine in place, you're ready to fully embody dangerous confidence. Next, we'll wrap up with a powerful conclusion that challenges you to take action and transform your life. Dangerous confidence isn't just a trait, it's a strategic, psychological weapon that can transform every aspect of your social and professional life. It's the difference between being overlooked and commanding respect, between reacting to circumstances and controlling them. Now that you understand the principles and tactics behind this rare form of confidence, the choice is yours. Will you settle for shallow, fragile confidence that crumbles under pressure? Or will you commit to mastering these strategies, cultivating a presence so powerful it makes you unstoppable? The knowledge you've gained is your edge. Use it to rise above the crowd and become the man who commands any room, any negotiation, any challenge. The path won't be easy, but the rewards undeniable. Dangerous confidence is within your reach. The question is, are you ready to claim it? Take action now. Start building your dangerous confidence today, and watch your world change.